Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. So we've just got, we'll just wait for a few more minutes so everyone else can join too. We've got a good participant, but we'd just like to give a few minutes if there's anybody else who would like to join. Hope everyone is doing well and excited for our session today. This is more from the carry-on that we had the first time around, which was the launch of the product. And today it's going to be the training on our platform. Which Catalina will take you through, but we'll just wait for a few more minutes so we can start. Thank you. Catalina, meanwhile, maybe you would like to say hi to everyone?
Yeah, we have 65 people. Can't really see the companies, see a lot of familiar names as well. Exciting. So it's a bit more in-depth training in terms of how to issue the policy on the platform. We'd like to take you through the app as well that comes with the policy, the TravelEye app. So we'll log into the demo account and we'll show you what your customers will be able to see when they purchase the policy. So we'll just give it a few more minutes. We're at 75.
Yeah, I'll just give it a few more minutes and then we can start. But once again, thank you everyone for joining today. I know we've had 2 webinars in the last 2 weeks, but I think it was important from the launch to the training because we've got to be able to reach out to the whole market. So definitely an easier way to be able to have the trainings.
Okay, we'll start at 11:33. Just give it, yeah, we'll start.
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. For the ones who have just joined right now, this is Nusrat Aziz. A lot of you I've met with when we did our first launch webinar. So thank you for joining today. Today is going to be a lot more of a detailed presentation by Catalina, where we will take you thoroughly through the product that we discussed, but also give you a demo on our platform. You guys know the pattern. We will be taking question and answers as well. We've got a Q&A section, so please post your questions there. We've got about 1 hour booked, and I'm hopeful that we should be able to get through all the questions. If not, we will reach out to you independently to organize the next training sessions and to have the discussions. But I really hope you guys enjoy the training. Do please ask us all your questions because this is a time to be able to do so. And like I said, we will be taking you through our platform where you can see how you actually issue the policy, have a look at the TravelEye app. So if there are any queries, please let us know. After the session, please get in touch with your account managers. What we've already done for everyone is all our partners, we've already given you the access to the platform where the product is available. Just on the TravelEye app, it will be available by next Tuesday. So if you issue any policies right now, however, if the travel hasn't begun and the TravelEye app is available next week, it will be incorporated with the policy. Just a bit of a delay in terms of the development. Hence, there's a bit of a delay in terms of launching the product and the TravelEye app. Well, I really hope everyone enjoys the session. I will hand it over now to Catalina, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Perfect. So I'll go straight into the deck. Some of you who have joined last week, you have seen these slides, but I would like to go through them again and to go deeper into it. And to Nusrat's point, we're really looking forward to the Q&A session. We've prepared an FAQ as well, which you all will receive after the session. But what we're looking to do is enhance the FAQ and potentially add whatever else you're asking that is not already captured. So the product is underwritten by QIC with the assistance provided by AXA. This is a separate standalone product that you will be able to book through the WizConnect's platform. It's also API enabled, so if there are partners who are looking at embedding this within your own purchase paths, we're more than happy to do that for you. We also have partners who've already engaged in the discussion of having this product embedded with every sale that they have to essentially create confidence, if you will, into traveling again. QIC, MENA Insurer of the Year, major brand within the region. This product is available and live at the moment in UAE, Qatar, and Oman. It can already be purchased. To Nusrat's point, I will run you through the WizConnect's platform so you can see how simple the process is. It literally takes a minute. You have everything once you click issue. The certificate is there. The user creation for the TravelEye app, it's also part of the process. So it makes it very simple for your customers to have everything at hand. AXA as global medical assistance, and why I'm mentioning global is because this product covers worldwide. Okay, so it's not only for customers who are coming inbound into the GCC, but these is for customers as well that are traveling outbound all around the world, excluding the sanctioned markets. So I think it's important for you to know that, it covers conflict, it covers passive war, it covers terrorism. These all things can happen all around the world, not just in this region. Obviously, the necessity of having this product was because of the recent events, but I think it's worth mentioning that it's a first off. So your customers will not be able to purchase this through any other channel. They won't be able to get this cover. All of the travel insurance policies worldwide exclude conflict and war. And then obviously you do have an option in some of the policies out there in the market to have a terrorism extension for the cover, which you, by the way, have as well on the standard travel insurance plans that we have on the platform.
Yeah, sorry, Kat, can I just add just one point over here? I just want to make it very clear that this product that we have is an added security level that we've added to our product. So the product that you have today, which is your core travel insurance product, this does not replace that, right? So the whole idea is that people still need that cover when they're traveling for your travel inconvenience benefits and etc. This is an added security level that we've added to the product. So in terms of even your travel insurance penetration, your revenue, it'll be really important to be able to issue that policy and then have this as a second layer of security. Nevertheless, of course, if people want to be able to embed this product and issue it as standalone, you can do that. You have the option there, but our recommendation will always be that first issue the core product and then have the second layer of product of the passive war issued. Sorry, somebody just asked me a question, and we'll take the questions later on if this product is available in Saudi Arabia. So right now the policy covers Saudi, absolutely, because it's a GCC cover. But of course, we don't have an insurer that we are working currently with who can issue the policy from Saudi Arabia, which we are working through. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll have that available as well. But this product definitely covers Saudi if you would want to be able to issue the policy from any of the GCC countries or outside the GCC countries as well. Sorry, Kat, carry on.
No worries. But to the point, just to re-emphasize, right? So this product is very specific. I'll go through the coverage in a moment, but it doesn't replace this one. It doesn't replace your normal outbound or inbound travel insurance products, which cover also cancellation or curtailment, your baggage delays, your medical expenses because you've broken your leg or because you've, had pneumonia. So it's very important, to Nusrat's point earlier, that you do have an understanding that the inbound and the outbound travel insurance are still there. They're on a standalone basis. And then obviously because conflict and war is not covered as standard travel insurance across the world, we have launched obviously with QIC and AXA, TravelSecure. So in terms of TravelSecure, and I'll go directly into the benefits. So what does it cover? It covers passive war. It covers if the travelers are caught in a conflict or any type of security event while they're traveling, wherever they are. Again, this is a worldwide cover. It's not just GCC. I'll go through the excluded countries, which are the sanctioned countries, and I actually want to name them clearly in this training because we're going in depth more so than we had in the launch webinar last week. So what does this product cover? It's a true insurance cover. But it also comes with a second layer of protection, which is the AXA TravelEye app that I'm going to show you in a moment. In terms of the insurance element of it, so if the customer is impacted while traveling by passive war, by conflict, by terrorism, it would cover medical expenses up to $25,000. It would cover evacuation or repatriation up to $10,000, and it would cover personal accident benefit for $25,000 as well. This cover fills an important gap that standard travel insurance policies do not cover, so they are protected, and it allows you to talk to your customers when you're asked the question, is the current situation covered? And your general answer, be it for this region or anywhere else in the world, the answer is no, it's not covered. So now you are able to actually talk to your customers and say, tell them that they do have a product which covers them, give them the confidence, right? This is excluded for a reason around the world, to be honest, right? Insurers historically have stayed away from this because it's a risk of aggregation, right? So if something does go wrong, then obviously it's a lot more difficult to cover the customers. Having said that, this is the first of its kind product. So whoever comes first to the customers with this would give you a very good tool to allow your customers to actually book the travel itself, right? So the flight and the hotel, if they're thinking about it, if they're not 100% sure, this would allow you probably to better complete your core sale. In terms of duration of the policy, we have different layers. So the pricing of the policy is based on the duration. The duration matches exactly what you have in your outbound travel insurance, and it goes up to 90 days. And in terms of the geographic scope, we've covered this previously, but it is worldwide, including the GCC countries. We do have the exclusion of the sanctioned countries. I will take you through them right now because I think this is a major question. So obviously Iran is excluded, not because of the war situations under this policy, because we do cover countries where conflict is present actively as well. And to be clear, it's not that this covers the UAE because there's a ceasefire at the moment. No, this is covered worldwide, excluding the sanctioned countries. So you have Iran, which I think we've received this question before, so I want to re-emphasize. We do have Russia, which is still sanctioned. Afghanistan, and I think out of the major destinations that we have here, these are pretty much the three ones. Other than that, you are all aware of the sanctioned countries around the world, but having said that, in the FAQs, we're listing them properly. In the wordings, which we've kept very, very short and, plain English, there's 4 pages of wordings, which is very unusual for a travel insurance product, but we try to keep it as clean, as concise, and clear to the customers and to yourselves. And again, you can ask the question, as you're very much aware, to our customer support team, whatever questions you have. If the answers are not in the FAQs or not in the wordings, we'll always be able to get the answers across to you in a very short time.
I would just like to add one more thing here that, we do get a lot of queries right now that, there are a lot of countries, especially in the Western countries, when they're looking to travel to GCC for corporate travel or for leisure travel as well, that are the normal travel insurance policies valid? So if you look at any policy coming out of Europe today, if they're going to be purchasing a local policy in Europe, none of those policies are valid coming into the Middle East today. Why? Because the government has said that these are no travel zones for right now. So the good news is, be it our core travel insurance policy and of course added with the passive war cover that we have just launched, both these policies are very much aware for anybody coming from those countries into the Middle East. As long as flights are operational, the policies are valid. So even if there's a government recommendation not to be able to travel to these countries and you travel them at your own risk, the comfort that what you can give to your customers is, well, we've got a travel insurance policy which will cover you for your travel inconvenience benefits when you are in the Middle East or anywhere else. Plus, we've got this added level of security. So I think that's really important to know that, because as we know that people, especially coming from the Western countries and all, definitely require a policy. They wouldn't travel without one. And today, currently, none of those policies, be it from any Schengen countries or any of the other countries, would cover them if they'd want to travel to the Middle East.
Yeah, so I think just to clarify on this point as well, is the policy covers any type of unexpected escalations after they've traveled. And it also covers customers that traveled before there was an evacuation order in place in that specific area. Right. So to Nusrat's point, if there is no evacuation order in place or a government mandate against any and all travel to that area, then this policy covers. So I want to highlight that because I think it's really, really important. Now, what does it, why is it important to you? I think I've mentioned it in the beginning. First of all, it's a new revenue source. It's in addition to the regular travel insurance, which allows you to talk to your customers and explain to them that there is a product that covers them and gives them, the peace of mind and the confidence to start traveling again, be it inbound into the GCC or outbound around the world. It's a very easy sales process. I will show you is the shortest booking process ever. I'll just go through the WizConnect app in a minute. There's a retail rate, which you will see, and I think our team's already shared it in the brochures, etc., and you will see it through the platform as well. But we are working with specific partners that want to embed this and want to offer it as a unique selling point for their overall services, right? So if you're buying a flight through us, this comes as complimentary, and this becomes very, very cheap and a very good marketing tool for you guys to be able to tell them that yes, there is insurance cover, and yes, you do have the app, which I'm very excited about. That's probably my favorite thing about the product as well, because it actually gives you a tangible tool to show to the customers that they could use ahead of them being in trouble, ahead of them needing to claim under the policy, which you don't have at the moment in any of your travel insurance standard products. So reach out to us. I think we've also been engaged with some of you in conversations around preferential rates for having this embedded. So yeah, looking forward to hearing from you. I'll just go through the TravelEye app just as a brief overview, but then I'm going to take you through the actual app, which we haven't done in our prior webinar. So the AXA TravelEye app is risk management app. The customers can use before, they can use during the trip, and they can use after the trip as well. So what it does, it provides real-time safety alerts. You can customize it to trigger the alert based on your exact location, based on a city, based on a country. You can select countries ahead of you traveling, so it's nothing to do with your location. You can manually adjust it. And these safety alerts include anything from, conflict or civil unrest or terrorism events. or war/war-like events. But it's very important to also know that it also covers extreme weather or travel disruptions. And I'll try to find in the app, because it's a demo on the live app, examples from example, road close on your way to the airport. So you would have your customers, be notified in real time of this disruptions within the location where they are to make their overall trip safer, easier. So it's a very powerful app. The country level risk insights, they're put together by AXA in conjunction with a lot of third parties that are working. So it comes in real time from news, from security companies around the world. It comes from government advices. So it's consolidated marketplace, if you will, or of all the safety alerts for the respective region that your customers would not be able to get otherwise. It takes a long time, and you'd have to be very specific in looking them up on the internet, and in some of the cases you wouldn't have access to them either. The app also gives you 24/7 access to the AXA emergency assistance. You can see in the app as well what are the closest hospitals and clinics based on your location, in case anything happened and you'd like to go and to the hospital and get yourself sorted. So it's a 2-layer of protection, this product, right? You have the TravelEye, the app that allows you to have precautions, if you will, and to be able to manage the risk proactively based on your location. And then if everything fails, unfortunately, you also have a true insurance cover in place. So again, I said it during the webinar, but I really like it, is because the positioning to the customers is that travel insurance generally gets you protected, but now you're also informed. So you kind of marry the both, offering them information and protection in one single go. I will run you through the app in a minute, and then I will open up the WizConnect's platform as well, so we can issue a policy. I think I'll start with the app. Just give me 1 second to switch between the screens.
Yeah, while Catalina does that, we've had a lot of good conversation with many of you and our prospect partners as well. And one thing, of Sorry, I didn't
Nush, we've
realize my
lost you.
mic. Yeah, sorry, my mic was switched off. So sorry, I was just saying while Catalina gets the app up, we've of course received a lot of questions and queries from a number of you saying, that they would like to see a bit more benefits on cancellation, curtailments, and other good stuff. So we are working towards that as well, because this was the first step. So we just wanted to bring a product into the market, which was important at this time, which takes care of you during a medical crisis, during these circumstances, as well as give you that security with the TravelEye app. But nevertheless, we've started this journey, and we are also looking at other benefits which we could incorporate in this current product. And there could be those travel inconvenience benefits, cancellation, or even giving you a free lounge when you're stuck at the airport. So we've got a lot of new products and benefits in the pipeline, which will be added to this product, which hopefully we should be able to get some of these products out into the next couple of weeks. So rest assured that we're not going to be stopping over here. This was our first product that we have launched, but we are going to continue adding some good benefits, which you guys will, which your customers will definitely benefit from.
Right, so let me share my screen. I've logged into the app. I will explain to you in a moment when I issue a policy on the demo on WizConnects on how the customers will be able to do this. You can see my screen, right, as I move along. So when you open the app, this is on a browser. There's also an actual app that the customers can download. But because of the demo being on my laptop, I opened it through the browser. So you have the full planet, right? With all of the countries around the world. You can see real-time updates for all of them. You can click on the actual notifications, where you can say, for example, that in Lisbon, there's an active alert right now where there's essentially a demonstration. So rideshare drivers are rallying in Lisbon. It's nothing to do with the cover of the product, right? And it's nothing to do with conflict and nothing to do with terrorism, nothing to do. But the customers would still be able to see this as an alert, which I think is really powerful because it gives them an overall safety net during the trip. So if this impacts, for example, their ride to the airport, right, makes your life easier as well, because you allow your customers to see in real time in the city where they're traveling, what is happening, where are issues. So you can see it in color code. You have green, which is just notification about peaceful demonstrations and unrest. You can click on the icon for additional details. They tell you exactly what it is. It affects, as you can see here, Uber headquarters, board headquarters. It tells you that it's a low risk, tells you that it's an active alert, and it gives your customers advice around where to go, what is happening with this. Now, this is a live map. You also have a country-based summary, right? Country information. I just landed on the UAE. You can select your country irrespective of where your customers are going. I'll just stick with the UAE for the time being. So the travel risk intelligence right now classifies this overall as a high risk. It hasn't changed. There's a ceasefire, so they do tell that the conflict is high at the moment, and then they give you different other areas of risk, and they quantify it. Now, in terms of the alerts, they're also alerts in real time that they're giving, and they're not just related to the conflict, but again, very important, it talks about travel being suspended for certain airlines, right? So we all know, I don't know, KLM is suspended, or Cebu Pacific extended their flight suspension until 31st of May. These are informations that your customers, while they're planning to travel, or they have connecting flights, or whatever the case might be, they would go through a lot of trouble to finding this, or they would have to go specific to each one of them. Whereas here, everything is consolidated. Again, the color coding is here. It's green, orange, and red as well. I'll just go back in time towards, there was no ceasefire, and then they were getting real-time alerts around, potential drones being there. There's a blue as well, where they're purely talking about airspace reopening or positive things that are happening. Fly deal resuming, Dubai Jeddah, Dubai Riyadh Jeddah flights. So real-time update consolidated for them by country. I'll give you another one. What do you think, Nush? What country? Give me one. Let's go with France.
Just go somewhere in you. Yeah, let's go with France.
Yeah, let's just go with France.
Yeah. And I think, the good news is at the end of the day, all this information is available. Now, of course, your customer doesn't need to go through all these details. You can choose of what you want to be able to see. If you want alerts, if you want to know what's happening in that area, it's up to the customer. I think the whole idea is to be able to equip them with as many tools as we can when they're traveling in today's time, for them to feel comfortable and having the information on their tips. And one of the things that Catalina said, one of the good things is that even if you want to be able to get in touch with the assistance company for anything, or to find out where hospitals are located or clinics are reported, again, this is a very good tool which they have in the tip of their fingers, which will tell you that, Zara Hospital is 10 feet away from you. So this is the closest hospital that you should be going to. So I think it's a good mixture of giving them alerts, but also giving them the security of what all is happening in the country, good news with bad news, but at the same time, a lot of other information which they can use for medical assistance and everything else as well.
I won't go into too much detail in this, but just for example, with France, right? So one of the things that you wouldn't be able to find unless you very specifically look for it is that there's some rail disruptions. So if your customers are planning to travel within the market, within a country, for example, in France, there are landslides in this region. So the rail system is affected and disrupted in this region until the 12th of May. Then there's upcoming protests and demonstrations. So this could impact their travel, which gives you a very powerful tool to tell them, they can access this information in real time. I'll just go to the clinics and hospitals page that Nush has mentioned as well. Give me a second. Travel health risk. 1 second on the browser. I'm having
sorry, it's a bit slow right now because we're on the demo. What we'll also do is, the good news is this app will be available next Tuesday on the platform. And Catalina will show you how easy it is for anybody to be able to go and register for the app, because it is all inclusive in part of the in part of the product and the benefit.
No, but I'll show them right now, Nush. I think I will send also print screens of the actual app for them to see everything that's available for the customers. We'll send that after this. But to your point, let's just go through the process of issuing a policy, because it only takes a few minutes. So once you're logged into the WizConnect's platform, you can see the products activated for you. So TravelSecure, is it outbound for GCC residents traveling abroad, or is it inbound? So back to Nush's point, do you have customers coming from France visiting the GCC countries? So this is the difference. There's no difference in coverage. And there's no difference in pricing, but we do need to capture the residency of the customer, so it's either outbound or inbound. So I'll just go to the outbound. This is the screen that we're landing on. It's a single trip product only. You have to put your customers' travel dates. So let's just say they're traveling to Europe. Is it an individual or a group? I'll just go with an individual just for the sake of it right now. You get your pricing directly here. You can see the full benefits, which are, as we've explained to you during the session here, but you can also go to product information where you have the full policy wording, which you can download at any point in time. This will also go to the customer once the policy is issued, but you have it available ahead of issuance as well. And similar to any other product within the platform, you can either save the quote, which I'm not going to do right now. I'm actually in a demo website, so we can issue the policy. And I want to show you how quick it is to issue the policy. You fill in the customer's details, which is basically name, email, mobile. You put your address. You can copy the details to the traveler's details. You put a date of birth and the passport number, and you select the nationality. This will be pre-populated, and then you can either pay through the payment gateway, depending on your existing setup, and then you can purchase. Once you've purchased, you get a confirmation and the policy has been issued. You get the policy number as well. This is the confirmation screen where you see all of the details that you've inputted in the policy. And then you go to policy documents. You will see the certificate of insurance. You will see the TravelEye registration, which also goes to the customer, the wordings, and the tax invoice. So now in terms of the certificate of insurance, I'm just going to open it up so I can display it for you. Is it still showing on the screen, or am I? No, I think I'm only opening the, wait, just give me 1 second. I will share my full screen and I will switch in between the tabs.
Yeah, and like we said, this product is already, everyone has access, all our current customers have access to this product, and it will also be available for the API, anybody who wants to be able to start integrating with the platforms.
So this is the certificate that it's issued to the customer. The certificate also contains the link to the terms and conditions as well, which is very useful. It contains the 24 hours assistance and also for reimbursement claims. So your personal accident, or if you have any kind of reimbursement medical expenses, if your customers have, then the claims can be submitted directly to QIC. Now, going back here, I wanted to download this TravelEye registration. It's a very simple process. This is what your customers get. There's a link embedded in it where they click to create the account. They will need to put in their email address and their phone number, and the account is created. They can either download the app, which is better from a user experience perspective, or they can go through the browser, which is what I've showed you earlier. Both the options are there for the customers, and that's it. It's as simple as that. We've even included from AXA the QR code for them to easily download the app without having to search for it. The policy wording is also there, which is available pre-purchase and after the purchase as well. This goes to the customer, embedded in the COI, sent separately on the email as well. Is very simple, very straightforward. It takes, as I've shown you just now, literally a few minutes end to end in terms of, filling in the details, getting the policy issued, and then the registration and everything else. So it's extremely easy for your customers. It's a 4-page document altogether in very simple English. And we will share with you the FAQs as well. So that's as simple as it is. That's about it. I would suggest we go to Q&A to see what questions are there. And again, this is not the only training session. We are happy to discuss with you if you have any questions around the platform, or if you have any further questions on the product and the coverage and how it works. You just need to let us know. On the Q&A's side, I can't see any questions.
I guess the presentation was very simple. There's ones from ITL Rins. Rins,
Yeah,
would you like
but,
to please post your question on the Q&A side, please?
Because of the number of people, guys, we were unable to actually open the mic to everybody. We have 137 at the moment dialed in. But you can type your question if you click on the Q&A section up top. You can just ask the question, submit it, and then we'll be able to see it.
We still have time, so if you guys want, we can take more questions right now. But if there are no questions, like we said, hope you kind of enjoyed the session. And you're in touch with your account managers. If there's any more specific questions or training you have, we can go ahead and conduct the trainings for you. But I think the most important thing to remember from the session is that, that your core policy is what you should be focused on, with an added value of this additional product that we've got for your customer. Sorry, do we see any questions right now?
Yeah, I've refreshed now. I see some questions from Ritesh. Do you have the annual multi-trip product, as the duration is up to 90 days? No, it's for single trips only, and up to 90 days. And I'll explain why as well, right? So because of the risk that is covered under this policy, it's everything is a bit volatile. Nobody around the world would write a risk blindly for 12 months ahead of time, right? Which is why we're limiting it for single trips at the moment up to 90 days. What are the exclusions with the current situation in the UAE? It is not excluded. The GCC, the entire GCC, not just the UAE, is covered under the policy. and it will continue to be covered, even if, well, I don't want to say it, but if the situation goes back to what it was, 2 months ago, and that was the whole point of the product. So very much covered.
Yeah, and also something like we've got Lebanon, so most of the areas in Lebanon are also covered unless they're completely red zone. So that just demonstrates that even if conflicts are going on in whichever country and not only in the GCC, this policy will cover that.
Fayaz Khan, sorry I joined late. Can you assist me with AXA's role in QIC policies? Yes, so QIC is the insurer, QIC is the underwriter under the policy, and AXA is the global assistance provider for this policy and also for our standard travel insurance policies as well. So these are the roles. For registering on the TravelEye, does the client use the same email ID and mobile number mentioned on the policy? No. So when they receive the link, we've specifically made it this way. When they receive the link is a DIP link with a unique code. So when they open it, they will have to register. So they will put their own email address and mobile number there. Another question, if the client is covered with standard insurance for 30 days and TravelSecure is also issued for 30 days and due to conflict they have to stay more than 30 days, will TravelSecure get extended? So this is a very specific question. Do you mean the coverage to be extended on the TravelSecure side because they cannot travel back, or on the costs that they incur for the extension? This is also from Rins. I think if you can further clarify this, I will add it to the FAQs for everybody to get the answer. But just to explain from a travel extension perspective, QIC and AXA did look at the extensions. You all know because majority of you already work with us, even on the standard travel insurance, very accommodating given the situations. I don't want to say all because I'm not 100% sure, nothing is sure, but in all of the cases that I've seen, the policies have been extended.
Yeah, just to add over here, Catalina, we do have a question where somebody is asking about hotel accommodations, flights, airspace closure. So right in the beginning, I had mentioned this is the first phase of product that we have launched, right? So it covers you for your medical, emergency, and so on. The second phase will be that we are looking at some form of travel inconvenience benefit, as well as lounge access when you're at the airport if you're stranded there. So that's going to be in the second phase, and hopefully we are confident that we should be able to get those benefits in the next couple of weeks. But for right now, it's the products that we have shown today on the platform.
Yep. One of the questions, which is an interesting one, do you do tailor-made products for high-end individuals? No, this is a pre-underwritten product. This is the cover, and this is the app that comes along with it. Having said that, we do have bespoke products that we're doing with our insurer partners, depending on the deal. For certain partners, we've done it in the past, and absolutely, but not specific to the TravelSecure, which is the product that we're talking about today. The app link is accessible only for the number of travel days. Yes, so there are number of days from the moment that they've purchased the policy until their travel end date in the system is sorry, just to clarify. So it's not from the policy start date, it's from the policy issuance date. So the moment the customers purchase the policy up until the end of his trip. Another question is from Ritesh. What's the insurance cancellation, void and amendments on date policy? I'm not 100% sure I understand the question, Ritesh. Sorry. If you can just reach out to us specifically, I'd be more than happy to answer this. the TravelSecure product can be availed as a standalone policy. Yes, indeed. Should we issue TravelSecure or just outbound travel? So this is a very good question. So again, TravelSecure is a very specific coverage. It does not replace the outbound travel insurance, right? This is very specific for you guys to be able to say yes to your customers, that you do have coverage in place to cover situations of conflict, security concerns, terrorism, etc. But what it doesn't cover, right, is your regular travel insurance requirements, such as flight delays or baggage delay, or emergency medical expenses that you might incur because of your own health, right? So illnesses, not the conflict-related situation. So what we said is that it doesn't replace, it goes hand in hand. You can issue both of them through the platform. You can issue one or the other as well. They're not bundled together. After 90 days, can we extend the policy? No, it covers up to maximum 90 days. Are travels to Russia covered? No, and it's nothing to do with the conflict or the situation, but the country, Russia, is a sanctioned country, and it cannot be covered either on the TravelSecure product or on the standalone travel insurance product. Compass question, will hotel accommodation, flights, meals be covered if they're stuck in the destination due to airspace closure? So no, to Nusrat's point earlier, we are working on a phase 2 development of the product. For the interest of time, we wanted to launch this with the 2 layers of protection that we've discussed. So this covers emergency medical expenses, evacuation, repatriation, and the personal accident benefit, plus the TravelEye app layer on top of it. For the travel inconvenience portion of it, as you can obviously imagine, it's a bit difficult to place, especially nowadays, but we are working on it, and yeah, just stay tuned.
Also, there's a question, I'm not sure, I think this might be from Qatar. You're talking about MVH1 and TravelSecure inbound. Are you talking about the Qatar inbound product, which is MVH1? If that is the case, that's purely your inbound product, which again does not cover passive war. So the difference is TravelSecure will cover passive war, whereas your current inbound product into Qatar does not cover that. I hope that answers the question, if that was the question.
Yes. There's another question from Syed. Any updates on the API if we're already integrated? So no updates on the API itself, but there is a different, and I'm not the IT expert, probably Priya's gonna murder me for what I'm saying right now, but I think there's a different product ID. If you can drop us a note, and we'll put you in touch with Priya. It's a 2 minutes job, right? So it's not comprehensive at all. So we'll be able to assist you with that from the IT side of things. Extension due to conflicts is they cannot travel back. I touched upon this. This is from RINS as well. So I've touched upon this. QIC and AXA have accommodated considering the situation. It's not a blanket approval, so I can't actually tell you here that yes, it will be extended. But in 100% of the cases that I've seen of the past 2 months, it was accommodated. Sorry, wanted to ask if we will need to issue policies only from TravelSecure inbound and TravelSecure outbound. This is from Josie John. So again, this is a standalone product. So we've positioned it as a TravelSecure inbound product in case you have customers traveling from abroad into the GCC. So similar to the travel insurance standard products that we have at the moment on the platform. And the outbound one is for the GCC residents traveling abroad. So you can pick either or. Again, this is just based on the residency and the destination of the customer. But in terms of the wordings and in terms of the pricing, there is no change, no difference. And I think you've answered already the the HI, the mandatory insurance.
Insurance, yeah.
I don't think there's any other questions.
We'll just refresh it once again and just see if there are any more questions. There is one. Could you drop your contact detail just so we can reach out? Absolutely. I think, after the webinar, you will have myself and Catalina's contact details, but at the same time, you've got your account managers, our sales team, which is there. You can reach out to all of us. The good news is products already available on the platform, and so is the API, and plus TravelEye will be available from next Tuesday as well. So, and in fact, from our last launch that we had last week, we've already got a few of the agencies who've started issuing the policies. So it's all available for you guys to access the product.
Sorry, and also Nush, I just Jody just wrote me. So using the outbound and the inbound API endpoints, you will be able to get the TravelSecure alongside with the existing products. I don't know if that's, I've literally read ad literam what was written. It's as simple as that. And there's one more point before we close this. There's one from Ruben Cerna. I don't know if all of the people here are already our partners or not, but one of the questions here is, could you drop your contact details so we can reach out? So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the Q&A from my side as the customer support email address that you can reach out to. In case you are not our partners, if you are our partners, reach out to your relationship manager. And then one other thing that we're going to do, we're going to send you the FAQs to all of the attendees here after the session, and we are going to include the contact details from our customer support. Yeah, it's customer support at wis.co.ae. I also posted it under the Q&A because the chat is turned off. So you can refresh now the Q&A section and you will see it posted there as well, so you can copy it. Last question, we've touched upon this, the difference between outbound travel and TravelSecure outbound. So again, the standard travel insurance is a comprehensive travel insurance. It covers your emergency medical expenses for your illnesses or even for injuries that are not related to conflict, to passive war, to terrorism. It covers flight delays. It covers, your trip interruption. It covers your trip cancellation because, I don't know, your son got sick or somebody from your family passed away, whatever the case might be. So that's a very comprehensive travel insurance product, which is done the world over. However, it does not cover anything related to war and conflict and terrorism. So this product, the TravelSecure, covers that gap, right? So covers the gap from that angle. And then it provides also, it comes with the TravelEye risk management app, which is a very powerful tool for your customers.
Yeah, one of the things which is good to know is when we talk about the TravelSecure product, yes, it covers anything related to passive war. It covers anything related to terrorism and any other civil unrest as well. So today, of course, on a platform, you can buy a terrorism cover separately. The good news is everything related to terrorism, war, civil unrest will now be covered by this product. You however, can buy a separate terrorism cover if you want with your normal travel insurance policy. So to Kat's point, just remember you've got your full-fledged travel insurance policy today. The gap over there, it doesn't cover terrorism, social unrest, civil war, and this product will cover all those things, but more from medical perspective. And we're looking at to add all the travel inconvenience benefits, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So we'll keep you updated of what are the new benefits which will be added to this product. Okay, so I don't see any more questions. Thank you once again for everybody joining the webinar. I hope it was informative. We'll be in touch with all of you again through your account managers, or of course, anybody can approach myself and Catalina directly as well. And I look forward for you guys to start selling the policies. And yeah, all the best and have a good weekend.
Thank you for joining, a lot of you. Yeah, speak to you soon. Take care.
All right. Thank you.